All right. Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and
yes, the Hebrew, to our Arabic brothers over there, our cousins. Yeah.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as the Israelite foreigners, and they are as follows. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negros, the tribe of Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, the tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians, the tribe of Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, the tribe of Zebulun, the so-called Guatemalans and Panamanians, the tribe of EPHRAIM, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the tribe of MANASSEH, the so-called Cubans, the tribe of Gad, the so-called North American Indians, the tribe of REUBEN, the so-called Seminole Indians, the tribe of NAPHTALI, the so-called Argentinians to Chileans, the tribe of Asher, the so-called Colombians to Uruguayans, and the tribe of ISSACHAR, the so-called Mexicans to you. We say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, just going to get right into it.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
God says, never trust thine enemy. That's a command. Never trust thine enemy. For his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So, and how does iron rust? You know, it goes through oxidation. All right, that's what causes a rust on iron. So, as long as you know, as long as this enemy, chief enemies, Esau, Edom, is breathing, receiving oxygen, you know, we're supposed to never trust him at all. All right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Like I said, though he humble himself, he's always going to come real slick. You know, hey buddy, how you doing? You know, hope things are going well. You know, and you know, like I said, take good heed of him, beware of him, because he means no good when he humbles himself and comes to you in that fashion. Okay. Your precept.
This is Proverbs chapter 26, starting at verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
So when you speak it fair, you know, don't listen to him. Okay? Don't, because he means no well when he's speaking fair. There's something, you know, he has an underlying agenda, as we're seeing right now. You know, just like with this jab. You know, they came up with all these briberies, you know, talking about, okay, free college tuition, you know, free meals, okay, free donuts. And then, you know, when all of that didn't work, he says, you know, now we're losing our patience, okay?
Yeah, he was going to give you free weed for a jab.
Right,
yeah.
that's right.
Free joints for jab. Yeah. Huh?
Free lap dance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, he was going all out, man.
Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation.
You know, he said his hatred is covered by deceit. You know, and here again, the whole time he knows he wants to take the 12 tribes out. Okay? Now with that deceit, here again, you know, they're saying we have to, you know, get the underserved communities first. Okay? What the hell is that? You know, the ones who have the underlying conditions. You're the one who caused those underlying conditions with everything you put into food and water. Okay?
Last verse. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein.
So everything that, you know, he's creating for us to fail, you know, it's going to catch him. He's going to fall in that pit and perish.
Remember, he said he don't care if it takes 6 minutes, 6 weeks, or 6 months.
That's right.
They're going to accomplish their goal, man.
And he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
He said, he that rolls the stone. That's like you're trying to roll the stone uphill. You know, he's going to lose that footing. It's going to come back on him and crush him. Okay? Flatten him out.
Hey, that remind me of them Bugs Bunny, them a Wile E. Coyote and the Road Runner. Yeah, every trap that Wile E. Coyote set for the road runner backfire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Set dynamite.
Yep.
The wick go out and he go check it. Boom.
Yep.
I got some. But it's in Psalm 55 and 20. He put forth his hands against such to be at peace. To be at peace with him, he had broken his covenant.
God, that's the same thing he did when he broke that brotherly covenant. You know, the same thing he did with Gad. He put forth his hand to be at peace 400 plus 400 times. And he broke every single one of them. Okay? Every single one of those treaties. 400. You know, killed Gad, poisoned him, gave him disease, you know, all different atrocities.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
God, like I said, you know, he's a slick talker, you know, and you know, number 46, that's in office right now, you know, he's the top of all of them. You know, everybody goes back to the 1994 crime bill. When you look back on this whole record, no, Jake, he's been after you for all 37 years he was in the Senate. You know, all 37 years. And back at Beach, he was back in 2005 when they were doing the hearings for Merrick Garland. He told him, Justice Chief Roberts, he told him that you were going to have to rule on this MOTB at some point in time.
During your tenure.
Yeah,
During your tenure.
You're gonna have to rule on it, and it's here. It's here. All right. I just saw the other day that up in Michigan, OSHA is now reviewing the requirements for mandating this jab. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and we already know that the variants of this virus go out into 2023. That lines right up with that RFID chip that DARPA has created. You know, it's supposed to detect the changes in blood. All right. And then learned in researching that in 2013, they already had the piece for the brain. So that's lining right up with the scriptures. Okay, in your forehead or in your hand. That's where that MOTB is going to go.
It's the same Joe Biden when he was a senator that said he didn't want you Negroes to go to school with his kids or be in the same neighborhoods or.
But then taking on our mothers and our children.
Same Joe Biden.
Yeah. Oh, and get this, you know, there was a video out of him saying, you know, we have to get the underserved people, the tribes. He specifically named the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And the Asians. He threw
And
the
the Asian in there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, you know, that's how we know who the real people are. Okay, because if that was the case, why are you not trying to get the people over in the land now? You know, you say that's them. Why are you not going over there? And they're already, I think their total commitment was like 81% of the state of Israel already jabbed up, fully jabbed up. So why are you not going over there? That's because they're not the people. You're trying to get them here. Just like it says, you know, Judah and Israel pressed together here in Babylon. Okay? That's where you're trying to get us. Right over here. All right? Yes, more. Something. Rock it.
Back to Psalm 55. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. The words were something of oil, yet were their swords drawn.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. Here again, just like the scripture say, you know, he humbled himself, but beware of him. You know, he has an intent to wipe you out. And that has been his intent, you know, from the beginning. You know, he's a murderer, liar, and a thief. That's all he does. All right? Yeah, one more.
This is Psalm 58 and 3. The wicked is estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
God, like I said, estranged from the womb, speaking lies. You know, as soon as they come out of the womb and the doctor taps that button, he says, that's a lie. You know, he's lying as soon as he opens his mouth. And that's all they know. Okay? We got videos circulating right now where every single one of those people in his administration said no, they can't mandate a mask. You know, they can't mandate this jab. But now turn around in less than 7 months doing the exact same thing. You know, exactly what they said they were not going to do, they're doing it or attempting to. All right.
What's that number one lie? That this so-called cure can help you.
Yeah, speak up, bro.
That number one lie is that the so-called cure can help you. All right, and what has it been doing? It's been taking people up out of this place, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And that's the intent of it. To take people out.
Sound like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson. This is you got that, bro?
Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 10. We'll do verse 5, verse 7. Psalms 10 to 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
God, his mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud. You know, and that cursing is wishing harm. You know, on anybody, especially us. You know, and for the most part with him, you know, he curses everyone that, you know, he wants to control and take control of their resources. Full of deceit, you know, going over there selling that, you know, that democracy, okay, all over the world. You know, setting up embassies all over the place. You know, he's a fraud. You know, somebody get the definition of fraud.
I got deceit.
Deceit, go ahead.
The definition for deceit: the action or practice of deceiving someone by concealing or misrepresenting the truth.
God, and that's exactly what he does. You know, he's misrepresenting the truth, naming and first and foremost in the forefront right now with this jab. You know, we know this stuff means no well, and then you have stupid Jakes. You know, well, you know, when you took the stuff for the chicken pox, you know, and other stuff like that. Well, it's not the same thing. You know, first of all of those met the requirements of the test trials, okay? This one didn't. They don't tell you that, you know, all these, I forget the name of those monkeys that start with the M, all of them are dead, you know. They try to test them on them and kill them, whatever animals they use. So now it's like right even on the website of the people pushing this, it says they're in the test phase. Third phase of it, okay? And the third phase and the ones who they testing on is you. Okay?
Lab monkeys right now, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Y'all actually the experiment.
Yeah.
The experiment on y'all, man.
Yeah.
Because even with the chicken pox shot or the flu shot, you never had like 4 or 5 booster shots.
No.
You never had that. And now they're coming out with the C19 pill.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you never had that even with the chicken pox or the or the flu or anything like that, or bronchial pneumonia or anything like that, man. That's how you know it's something different. And then too, you know it's something different because even the heads of these companies, Moderna and Pfizer, they're not even taking it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So if it was beneficial for you, why they not taking it? You see what I'm saying?
Nope, all of them were made exempt. You know?
Yeah.
Like, even the executive branches.
They
Go
said,
ahead.
it's right for me to get it first before all the ones that's underneath me. So I'll make sure all of them are taken care of.
Yeah. He knows it's poison, man. That's why he ain't taking it.
That's right.
You still want that
And I would say too, and that's why we with the deceit, that's why we call them devils. It means deceit.
Yeah, deceit, con.
You still want fraud?
Fraud, yeah,
The
sales and
fraud,
fraud.
which actually goes into deceit, trickery. This is a person who is not what he or she pretends to be.
Oh man, and you know that falls right in line with what they call themselves, so-called white people. You know, which means without moral impurity. And when you look at that track record, you know that's a damn lie.
That's right.
You know, their history and track record. And that's, you know, you try to tell Jake that, and for some reason they just won't believe it. You know?
They got Stockholm
Yeah.
syndrome, man.
That's right.
Yeah, this sister gonna tell me, well, 70% of so-called white men took it, and we had 25% black men. Look what they've been doing to us since we've been on this soil. You know, so many words. I told them, fuck you. You know, we ain't trying to hear that. We're not trying to hear that. You know, they have a history, of trying to get rid of us. And then you fools went out there and stood in line for hours, getting arrested, hungry, trying to put this clown in office. He turned around and he turned on you. And like the opening scripture said, never trust your enemy.
Turn around and spit in your face.
Yep.
That's right.
That's what you get.
Talking about you ain't black if you don't vote for me. What kind of crap is that?
That's right.
They don't want so-called black people around as children.
Yeah.
So, that's number one thing our people don't do is they don't research, they don't study, they don't know what's going on around them. You got something?
Just to finish that off, back to Psalms chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
God, and that mischief, goes into always being evil. That's all he does. Being evil. And what was that second part after mischief?
Mischief and vanity.
Oh,
Vanity. Yeah, he's all about himself. Vain, which means nothing.
You ready to burn
Okay.
rubber, look at it.
All about himself. Yeah, mischief. That's all he does. All right, and that things in Micah 2, where he said that's all he does. Is create mischief. He works evil on his bed, like the powers in his hands.
There's one more. There was one more. Just finishing off the detail. Oh, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, wait, as I said, Micah 2 and 1, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I get this. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 14.
I was hoping to do it.
It say, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of the evil men.
God, enter not in the path of the wicked, and go out into the way of evil men. There's this dude that Nathan and I talk about on TikTok. He says, tell Caucasian to stay the fuck out of our faces. Stay away from them. Stay away from them because they mean us no well. Go ahead.
Next verse. It say, verse 15. Avoid it.
God.
Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away.
Yeah, stay away from that bastard. He means us no well. Stay away from him. Because he's as the scriptures say, his wrath and his hatred tears perpetually, continually. They're out to destroy us. Okay?
Verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief.
And as he said, they sleep not unless they have done mischief. So they're working around the clock. They're working around the clock to do mischief. They're not happy. If they're ever happy from not doing anything, then that means they sleep. Well, they don't sleep. Monitor us, through our phones, through our televisions. You bring up a subject, and then you look at your phone, and all of a sudden you got an ad for it. They listen to us. All right.
Yeah, they got a voice box in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
The black box with the blue light on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's to monitor. In your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to catch people up on drug charges and all kind of, just invading your privacy. Period. Yep.
Yeah, they kind of showed that in, I forget which X-Men movie it was, when he was isolated in that room, and then he was able to hear everything, and, that was going on.
Xavier X.
Yeah.
Cerebral.
Yeah, he was able to hear all over the world, every single conversation, who was making it,
Yep.
and then also tell who was marked. When you think about it, he knew where all the X-Men were, which is, their way of saying it's us. Yep.
Another movie that was like that, eagle eye. They can watch everybody. This eye can actually like read people's fingerprints. There's ID people around the world. It was crazy, man. That movie was like years ago.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what they got now, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like
Now-
like now they want to monitor your money. All right, you know, they want to know what the American. They want to know if you bought a couch or a Snickers. Like they all in your business, man.
Yeah.
All right, but it's all for a reason. You know, it's all leading up to, you know, the ultimate decision you have to make. Man. That's what it's leading up to. That's what you're watching your money, watching everything you do. It's all leading up to that decision that everybody will have to make.
And you know, they telling us right in these this new Mayan movie was delayed 11 months, but they were going to tell you last year what their plan was. Okay, he said, I put the clip in the group, he's going to wipe out your entire race. And then the sister in the movie, I forget her name, you know, she killed him after he said that. So,
And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
God, they're not causing pain or grief to somebody. You know, they can't sleep.
Sure, that's a nightmare for them.
Yeah. Who we gonna fuck up today? You know, if we can't do that, they're in trouble. They're gonna have insomnia. Okay.
Say, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
God, they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. So we know, you know, bread and wine, you know, those are things that nourish you. Okay, energize you, give you nutrition. You consume food and drink like that, and that's what they do. That's all they do is consume things that you know that make them move forward in evil works.
Wine gives you comfort too.
Yeah, comfort in being evil.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, it's like breathing for them, you know. All right. Go ahead.
This is Michael 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed."
God, and it says, woe to them, woe going to destruction, okay, that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. You know, that is Esau, Edom. You know, and the whole world knows that now. Okay? That is Esau, Edom. Keep going.
It says, "When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand."
God, and it's like I said, when the morning is light, you know, they practice it all day, all night. He said the power is in their hand. As the scriptures say, you know, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? It's given into their hand. That's why they do it. Okay? Because they can. All right? Because they have that power.
Like I was going into a lot of these elite bills that they pass, they throwing all type of little laws in them bills too, man.
Yep.
Little secret laws. I saw one Democrats got in, but they upped the penalty on businesses that don't want to make the people take their juice, man. It was like 7,000. It went to like, I want to say 700,000.
Yeah, it went from 70,000 to 700,000.
Yeah, they threw that in there right up on everybody knows. But that's the type of stuff they do all the time. The bills be 20,000 pages, 10,000 pages. Ain't nobody sitting there reading all that stuff, man. They secretly throwing that stuff in there, man, to hurt our people.
Yeah. That's what I was just doing the research. Ever since the Senate has been in existence, you know, there are 30,000 laws and counting to this date since the Senate came into existence in the 1700s. You know, we only have 613, and the majority of those again are to keep Jake going on. They know where our power lies. 30,000 and counting.
That's a lot of laws.
And counting.
But damn, them laws got bylaws within the
Yeah.
bylaws.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. All right. Still more?
When they come to fields, they take them by violence and houses, and even take them away, so that they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
God is saying the covered fields, you know, whatever they see, they want to take it. Okay, they gotta have it, you know, and that's what they did, you know. They just cannot leave things well enough alone. Like that one so-called Christian went into that land trying to teach Christianity to those people. Indigenous people, and then the helicopter saw him chopped up. Talking about go get him. No, you can't do nothing. He wasn't supposed to go over there. But like I said, you know, they oppress a man and his heritage. You know, and that's what those laws. You know, we can't keep our heritage. You know, for a long time in corporate America, it's probably still the same way. You know, Jake had to shave his beard. You know, he had to wear that stupid necktie suit. You know, and like you said the other day, when they did those parties, those holiday parties, you know, nothing but pork there. You know, see a whole pig cut up on the table with an apple stuffed in his mouth. You know, and it's just whack. And they say oppress a man and his heritage. You know, look at all. They gotta have laws now for Jake women to wear their natural hair. Outrageous. Okay, just dumb stuff. You know. Makes absolutely no sense, but that's you know, like the scriptures say, you know, they want that control, you know, and that's just trying to set themselves as the Most High. Yeah. All right.
Okay. This is Psalms 53 and 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua endureth continually.
It says, why boastest yourself? Okay, no matter how, and that boasting is being proud, you know, boasting about, you know, look what I've done, look what we built, you know, and all of that's really off the backs of Jake, you know, slave labor. That's how this, you know, you boast about the wealth of America. Yeah, you have 400 years of free labor. You know, I believe it was said that the cotton alone, you know, is still where the wealth of this country is generated from, all the cotton that we pick. Can you read the rest of that again? Can you read it again?
Psalms 52 and 1.
Speak up a little bit.
It's Psalms 52 and 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man?
Yeah, boasting yourself in mischief. So you brag about being evil as well too. You know. Here again, it's just your nature, you know, and you're proud of being wicked. All right.
Yeah, look at all these damn Halloween commercials that's on TV now, man. Then you got the one with the Bailey's drink. All them is dudes dressed up as women, man. Them transsexuals, man. Them trainers. You know what I'm saying? Promoting Bailey's liquor. You know what I'm saying? But Esau just prides himself on wickedness, man. He brags and boasts on it, man. You know? Go ahead.
Just quickly back
Yeah,
you up.
go ahead.
It says, this is Psalms 36, verse 4. It says, he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He sitteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil.
Yeah.
So just like you were saying, like, you know, everything that he's doing, like with these holidays, you know, he hates everything but evil.
Yep.
You know, everything, he hates everything but evil.
Yep.
So just going back off what you're saying.
God.
This is back in Psalms 52, verse 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, working deceitfully.
Man. Deviseth mischief like a sharp razor, and the sharp razor we know cuts with precision. Okay, that's how he does it. Go ahead and finish the rest of that, the last part of that.
Like a sharp razor working deceitfully.
Yeah, and he's you know, doing this, you know, hoping with the intention of you not understanding what's going on, deceitfully. Okay, just like with this jab. You know, they know what this does. It was about 2 months ago. Biden said we've been working on this for 20 years, yet this thing just came out last year. So if you've been working on it for 20 years,
It should be perfected.
yeah, well, yes, it should be perfected. But number two, if this thing is new, and you were working on it for 20 years, how the hell do you know what you were working on if it wasn't here yet? Okay, so that means you knew what the end goal was. You know what you wanted to do. Okay.
Still, it should have been perfected.
Yeah, it should have been perfected. And you know, with the fact that you you made it a point to say that here again that it affects underlying conditions. That's what you designed it for. You know, and they're not telling you. You know, most of the jakes that are being taken out by this, got some serious health issues going on. Okay, that's why they designed it that way. I mean, they're not dumb in what they're trying to do. That and Jake doesn't have a clue on how important them getting that birthright back is to them. But it's not going to happen. The Lord already, he said back in Genesis, who it belonged to. Okay, so you do all you want to, it's not going to happen. And really you in rulership because we messed up.
That's true. That's true. Guess what? We're coming back into rulership.
Yep. Right.
Your time is up.
God.
Scripture said, better is the end of a thing than the beginning.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had to do this all over again. Man, look, just take me out of my misery, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to go through another captivity. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Just give me your 40 cal. Just put me out of my misery, man. I wouldn't want to go through this again, man. We got something.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, go ahead, bro.
That's verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good.
God.
And
Love is evil more than good, and evil goes into bad times. Okay? He loves bad times. He's gloating right now in it. Stopping all those ships from docking, trying to starve people out, keeping supplies away. And, a lot of Jake think everything's going to go back to normal. No, it's not.
This is the new norm.
Yeah, this is the new normal. He loves evil. Okay?
Why you think he put himself up as the character of evil? Remember on Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Dr. Evil. He was the Edomite. Dr. Evil.
and lying rather than to speak righteousness, say lie.
God, that's what your brother brought out. Lying rather than speech righteousness. And he said, as soon as they come from the womb, they're strange, speaking lies. They're never going to speak righteousness, because like the scriptures say, let favor be shown to the wicked, he won't be righteous. He's going to always deal unjustly in the land of the righteous, okay? And not behold the majesty of the Most High. I'm paraphrasing, okay? He just won't. That's his nature. Somebody call it precept. Were you done? Okay.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 124, verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and the right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
God. He said, you didn't speak up again?
No, this is the book of Psalm 144, verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and the right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
God, he says, rid me, take them away, deliver us from those strange children, even though, they were twins in the same womb, like the scriptures say, they were two nations, totally different nations from us,
They were fraternal twins.
Yeah, fraternal twins, totally different nation, and then, how they're strange, one was created for righteousness, the other, one is created for honor, one created for dishonor. Okay? He said, rid me of them.
Hey, don't Esau got a pesticide called rid?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like that.
It says his mouth speaks nothing but vanity. You got the script definition for vanity? Okay.
Vanity. So it's something that is vain, empty, or valueless.
Yeah, exactly. It's all empty. It has no value, especially to us. You know, if anything, it's a detriment to Jake. All right. All right. And it says, you know, that right hand is the right hand of falsehood. That again goes back into that deceit. You know, it's false. No truth in it. None whatsoever.
Constitution is false for us.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. You know, consider us 3/5 of a person. Even though they try to come back with the 14th Amendment, when you go into the law dictionary, the definition of citizen and inhabitant still says we're not citizens. You know, and that's how, you know, with the whole Dred Scott case thing went through. You know, you're not a citizen. Okay, you don't have the same rights as a so-called white man.
Sure don't.
Jake don't understand, and that's why Jake get harsh punishments.
Man,
We're not other than y'all, they can do whatever they want to do to us. And them laws weren't written for this, them laws were written for this.
what was that post we had in the group? We had a Jake and an Edomite commit the same crime, same background, under the same judge. The Edomite pretty much went scot-free, and I think Jake got like 27 years for the same offense. Same judge. The difference was Edomite versus Israelite. Okay?
Shit, I remember when I was in I think it was the 7th or the 8th grade, it was a Jake that stole a candy bar, and the judge gave him 70 years for a candy bar. It was like a Snickers bar. And he was like a teenager with no prior offenses whatsoever. That was the first time stealing a candy bar, and the judge gave him 70 years. And this was back in the damn 80s, man.
Sure. Well, look at the judge now in Tennessee. We was talking about this on Friday. She's making up laws to lock up kids. You know, from elementary school to jail pipeline, making up laws, and then had the audacity to say she's doing the work of God. Yeah, we know which one you're doing it for. It's not our God.
She took 7 kids that was under 12 years old and watched 2 5-year-olds fight, charged them with like negligence of watching the fight. Locked them up, man. She was locking kids up for 48 hours, come speak to their parents. Just going on, just going crazy, man. You get in a fight, you got district at school, they take you right to the detention center.
And so she broke what, like over 140 federal laws?
140 federal laws she was going into.
Man.
Shit, I remember in Little Rock, Arkansas, when I was in court, I remember the judge asked this Jake, I think it was like his first time drug offense. Matter of fact, it was Mark Stoddler, who's now I think Mark Stoddler is like the attorney general or something for Little Rock. No, he was the attorney general, he became judge. Anyway, he asked the Jake, he was like, how many trees you see outside? There was a window in the courtroom that you can look outside. He said, how many trees you see outside? He's like, huh? How many trees outside? And the Jake was like, looked like about, I don't know, maybe 40, 45. That's how many years you got. Bam! Hit the gap. Wow. Yep. First time drug offense, he gave that young Jake 45 years, man. Yeah. If I had known that, shit, if I was on the drug case and he asked me that same shit, I'm like, I don't see nothing, I'm blind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, on Burley. Can you see Burley? He hold it down. Hold it down.
Yeah, you also have the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
You know, these young guys that had nothing to do with the crime of raping this white woman, so-called white woman, and they round them up and pretty much gave them time, and they lives were
Ruined.
All of them was kids.
Yeah.
I think the oldest was Corey, and I think he was like maybe 13,
17.
14, yeah, somewhere like
Yeah.
that. They sent him to adult prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that movie.
Yeah.
They fucked Corey up, man. Because Corey was like mentally retarded a little bit, man.
And guess what? Trump was
He was
paying
involved
money.
in that,
He
yeah.
was paying money to really push for that and never apologized after it came out.
Full
But
page
they were
ad.
innocent.
Okay.
Psalms chapter 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men.
Oh man, yeah, not in trouble with other men. That's for one. From every level of legislation, they're in it. They're going to make sure that they protect their own. Okay.
They look out for their own.
Yeah, they do. All the time. Here again, just like we were just talking about. That judge, he gave the Jake 27 years for the same offense, same background. The Edomite got like 3 months. And credit for time served, if I remember
Yep,
correctly.
yep. So he ain't serving no time.
Right. That's what they do. But Jake gotta stay away. And that's what Brother brought out earlier. Go not in the way of them, avoid them, because we know what they're gonna do. You get caught up in that system, they gonna throw the worst, longest amount of time at you, give you the highest penalty.
Well, it's kind of hard to stay away from you, Jake. Let's say you walk around school or from work, minding your own business, and the police just pull up and harass you, saying you fit the description of a robbery suspect, just so they won't have to go out and look for the actual robbery suspect, so they'll throw that crime on you. And then when you go down to the lineup, they'll persuade the Edomite woman, you sure that's not him, number 5? Are you sure? Are you sure? And they're like, well, he do kind of look like him. Yeah, that's him. Book him.
Yep.
Neither are they plagued like other men.
And that's just what we're saying. They're not plagued like other men. They don't receive the same penalties. And they understand, the difference between the two. That's why when it says that we're not plagued like other men, they know the things that affect Jake. Okay, things they put in the food, pork. It don't bother them. They don't get the high blood pressure and diabetes from the food.
Used to.
Like we do.
Used to.
Yeah.
Now the tables are turning.
Yeah. God. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they starting to drink of that cup.
Yep.
Now that's why things become a pandemic or what's the other word? A crisis. It's another word too. Like let's say an epidemic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with drugs or whatever.
Kind
See what I'm
like
saying?
that. Like that. You talk about they're not plagued. Well, Jake. In the 90s, when they put that crack cocaine started in the 80s, they were throwing a book at us for that. Now Esau is on these opioids. They fabricated drug court. They get to go to drug court to get assistance, with their addictions. Whereas you got a whole 2 or 3 generations of people suffering.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Habakkuk 1:4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked doeth to pass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth.
God, good. Good, Scott.
It's kind of,
Good.
So like I said, like the law is slack, and like I said, all the wrong judgment, just like we talked about, Central Park 5, all these things, like we said, the man who counted all them trees. I said the law is like ultimately the law is Yahweh Shah. Because if they ultimately was following by the law, a lot of these prison houses are really unjust.
Right.
To just pretty much as a captivity within a captivity, you're going to work for 20 cents an hour. That's all inhumane. In our laws, if you do certain things, you will either put to death, or there was other circumstances or stipulations that you have to follow out. But like you said, this place they don't have the Most High in their thoughts, so they run a justice system by their own means.
Yep.
Right?
Then they're feeding prisoners horse meat.
Yep.
All abominations.
Yeah, unless you got your own commissary, you in the cafeteria eating horse meat. You thinking it's beef, it's horse meat.
And like I say, like they capacity, they over us.
Yep.
We underneath their jurisdiction.
Yep.
So we underneath the jurisdiction of the wicked. Wrong judgment don't always proceed for it. It'll never be righteous.
Yep.
Right. Right, because you get locked up when you're 14. You go to the parole board when you're 50. You know what I'm saying? You tell them you've been a rehabilitated man. You ain't the same when you came in as a kid at 14 and they still deny your parole.
Yep.
I don't think you're ready for society. No shit, hell, I've been here since I was 14. I'm 51 years old now. You know what I'm saying? A whole lifetime and passed me up. When I went to jail, it was like, you went to jail at the age of 14, let's say 8-track tapes was out there. You know what I'm saying? But now your whole life done passed before you. When you 52 years old, it's like the year 2028 now. You know what I'm saying? They got flying cars. You don't even know how to handle yourself in society. But once you get out, shit, you ain't gonna be able to find no job, man. What kind of job skills you got? Oh, I know how to make license plates. You know what I'm saying? When you get out, ain't gonna be no license plate. You know?
Yeah, you bring up a real good point. These corporations are using that prison labor. You know, they have all this experience in doing that, and the same companies you produced for while you were locked up, you can't even work for them when you get out because you have you market that felon.
Yep.
They know that too. They get Jake all those years. All he's doing is making a circular pipeline.
Yep.
Like, I'm a dude I went to school with, man. He went to jail. He did like 25 years. He got out. He's like, man, he's like the future to me.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Damn. Jake had like social media, all these, it was too much.
Yeah.
He went back to jail.
Yeah, that was
He's probably more comfortable there. He know that life. There's a lot coming out. When we was in school, it wasn't no social media. You know, the biggest thing we had was a pager, man.
Yep.
You know, so we get out of it.
Even with the pager, you labeled as a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You ain't no doctor, you a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure was. And you know, that's like that movie Life. When what's his name? He was about to get out. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to handle the new world. So he like tried to run off the plantation. They shot him.
Oh no, it wasn't that.
Yeah, that's sodomite.
He the one that answered to his family was being a sodomite.
Right.
Remember, he like, I can't go home. My mama see me like this.
When I think that's sodomite,
Yeah.
Same dude played Juana Man.
Yeah.
he always plays. Violent fashion, man.
I did want to say too,
Yeah, go
just
ahead,
in
bro.
regards to that, I got an uncle, he went to jail when he was 16. He did 39 years.
See?
And when he got out, I had bought him a sandwich, and he had went out, with some boys and came back. He took it, I said, yeah, Uncle, I bought you something. He grabbed the sandwich, I said, oh man, it's a microwave to warm it up. He said, what's a microwave?
Wow.
See?
What's that?
See?
You know, 'cause he about maybe 51 now, but yeah, he did, what's a microwave? You know, he just opened up and just ate it.
And then a lot of them be institutionalized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get out, they still wake up early in the morning, sweeping their room, or when they eat, because I done seen them. They eat, they still guard their plate like that. Hey, damn, you free now, cousin. Ain't nobody gonna take your food from you, you know what I'm saying? They still eating their arm like they still in prison, man.
And they make fun of it like the movie Baby Daddy. It was his cousin, but he was still making them sandwiches with the paper towel. He was still institutional. I mean, it was funny, but he was still institutional. You know, he was still stuck in prison, man.
Dude I work with make decent money. That nigga still making slams,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
These niggas are still making slams,
And
bro.
be bragging about it.
They make the slam.
Be bragging about it. Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Fire. They make it jail chili, all type of shit, man.
Wow.
But But see, that's the evil shit that they did to us. They knew that once you lock a man up all that time, he get out. Because knowledge is just gonna keep increasing, man. So things gonna keep changing, man. People can't keep up with that. Like you said, he didn't even know what a microwave was.
Well, again, just like Curtis said, you know, it's gonna destroy you. You know, that's here as well. More than physically. You know, you can't function.
It's book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
God, the people robbed and spoiled. You know, and that's the thing. You know, even when we come over here, you know, all the inventions. You know, Jake was robbed of them. It's starting to come out now. We created everything except the U.S. Patent Office because that's what they created to steal our stuff. Okay? and spoil it. You know, take it, you know, kill you, throw you in jail. You know, what was the brother that made the system that took air and converted it into clean water? You know,
They sabotage it.
yeah, they sabotaged it. Broke it up.
Yeah, that's like the Jake that invented the 100-mile carburetor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They took that out, they did away with that and killed him.
yeah.
It's a dude in Jamaica created an energy car, bro, out of Energizer batteries. He's driving around in this car, Energizer batteries. A lot of people always been crazy, man. They don't want us to have that type of credit, man.
Well, you know, it just goes to show, you know, the type of power that we have. You know, like you said, we are special people, and even in a low state, you know, none of these nations where we've been in captivity would have become as wealthy as they are, you know, because of us. A lot of those inventions, you know, even with the cotton gin, you know, how you gonna, you know, this stuff is where you got to pick so many pounds per day, and if you come up less the next day than from the day before, you know, you getting beat, stuff like that. Jake found a way.
It's the same thing with the factories.
Yeah.
When you pick it, you got to pick a certain amount.
Yep.
If you constantly come short with that certain amount, they'll find a way to do that.
Yeah, that ain't nothing but the modern day commerce.
That's all it is.
Look how the warehouses are set up, man. It's set up like cotton fields, you know. Go ahead, can I about them? We're going back to Chester. You got some more, don't you, Chester? Oh, you done? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, then we'll go back to tonight.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it.
God, you know, that's just what we was talking about. You know, hid prison houses, it was spoiled. You know, take Jake off the street for decades. Okay? Decades. For minor offenses. Okay? And now it's to a point, you know, of even things that you say will get you locked up. Okay?
Even some of our own cool-ass people of our own nation invest in these prisons, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jordan, man.
Yep.
Invest in these prisons to further oppress Jake, man. Hey.
For a spoil, and none saith restore.
Yeah. Keep them now. Keep them locked up. It's like you just saying, you know, you went in, you know, a prison at 14, go before the parole board at 50. No, we don't think you even gonna function well in society. Lock you back up.
Or they take the word of an Edomite. I'm still traumatized from.
Yeah.
I'm still having nightmares. Okay, well he's an animal. You lock him back up.
Yep.
You know.
We traumatized as a whole nation.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a deal. And I was gonna say, in regards to that, this whole country is a prison house.
Yeah.
Right? And we get locked up. Of course, that's a prison within the prison, but like how you said, we robbed of everything.
Yep.
We was robbed of our heritage, our language, our names, you know, our power, our understanding, everything. They robbed it from us.
Yep.
And this whole place, you know, where Jake lied is a prison house. We all captives. We in
Yeah.
captivity.
Yep.
And like I say, none restored. You don't see the white man saying, you know what? For all the atrocities I have done to you and your people, I'm gonna give you each African American citizen, I'm gonna give y'all $20 million. They don't do that, man. All they do is say, "Oh, get over it. That was in the past."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Still, and Jake's still trying to get reparations. He's not gonna get it.
That's what I'm saying. They posted out all over, but who getting anything?
Yeah.
They could have checked for the Asian people
Yep.
and y'all was they were mistreated and looked at, and you know they cut a check for them, cut a check for these people or that people. But like for us, like you said, no restore.
No.
That's why I gotta wait for our Lord and Savior to come back and restore us.
Yep.
That's when we
The
gonna get
Redeemer.
those real reparations when we take y'all ass in captivity.
That's right.
Real reparations.
That's right.
Blood.
That's right.
Yeah, like this brother was just going into, man, and all those bills that's been passed over all those years, like, what have they done? They've done nothing but gave everybody else money.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna send this over here to help these people, lift these people up. Oh man, they're going over through it. They're going over here Israel, man. Let's give them. How much they get Israel a year?
Like up to 4 billion, something
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Could be more now.
Let's give them some money every year.
Foreigners coming into America.
Yeah, a so-called foreigner coming to America. Oh, you gotta pay taxes for 10 years.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you the money to open up a business.
Yep.
You're gonna make $20 million. Then after that, hey, you can pass it over to your cousin. Let him come over and do the same thing. Man, come on, man. They've been doing this.
In Jake neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, in Jake neighborhoods.
Like World War II, the Japanese in internment camps.
Yep.
When they did what they had did, what? Oh, they broke them off.
Yep.
Gave them portion. Oh, we sorry for doing this and that to you.
Yep.
You know, they gave them no reparations. But again, the ones who done been enslaved and in captivity and mistreated for 500 plus years, they ain't did nothing for us.
Nope.
Like I said, they ain't gonna
Damn
do.
thing.
Even recently, when they took the Latinos and locked them up in them cages, man, and separated from their parents. They ain't restored them people back
Nope.
together yet, man. People are they still kids that separated from their parents right now to this day, man.
Yep.
But Afghanistan came over and they got homes and
Yeah.
jobs and businesses and everything, man.
Yeah, and then what? We just, you know, you talking about separating the kids. These sheriffs have been walking up to husband and wife, taking their newborns right out of their hands because they wouldn't take them to the hospital. They had natural childbirth. Wanted to give them some kind of vitamin B shot. Yeah. Yeah.
Vitamin bullshit.
Yeah. Straight up.
What you got to know about?
Oh no, it's just you mentioned Jordan, Michael Jordan. Jay-Z was another one. He actually a couple years ago, he invested in a company that tracks parolees with GPS software. So it's like the ankle monitor. He invested what he said, about $3 million. He invested.
Your big Michelin tire lip.
Them dirty dreads.
Soup, what they call it back in the day, soup coolers.
Soup cool, they call them soup cool.
I got some.
Jordan probably put him on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all let that round thing.
Jordan with his big bald head, light bulb head ass.
Tough on the It's Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees."
He said, woe, destruction. Go ahead.
And it says, "and that right grievousness which they have prescribed."
And that's all they prescribe is grief. All nations except, you know, especially Jake. Nothing but grief.
Like what? Child support.
Yeah.
That's a grievous law, man.
It's against the law, actually.
Yep.
Shit, really, it ain't even no law. It really ain't even, it's not even on the books, man. It's just a way for America to get money from Jakes, man.
Shoot, marriage license.
Yeah.
That's another one. They're not even supposed to be involved in that.
But especially child support,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Jake get depressed every time he get his check. He done work like 50 hours of overtime, and half of that was shit. The overtime plus part of your check is going to child support. You know what I'm saying? Garnishing. Child, you see that CHSUP on your paycheck, $260. You know what I'm saying? That's grievous, man. You be mad as hell. Man, I'll kill that bitch. You know, every time you get your paycheck, man, I'll kill that bitch. You know? But look at these athletes and these actors and athletes, man, they gotta pay
Billions.
400,000 a month. Like you talking about the other
That basketball player?
He got what do you say? He gotta play till he dies.
Yeah,
He
he gotta
can't-
ball till he
yeah, he can't retire.
All till we fall.
Yeah.
Damn.
He can't afford to get hurt. Shit.
That basketball player that got that woman had that baby.
Oh,
Took him to jail.
that clown was
Yeah,
just
rookie
in, what's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany, she was just showing herself at the HBCU homecoming, telling the mothers, hide your sons.
Yep.
Yeah.
She a piece of work, man. She a piece of work, man. Well, we ain't gonna get into them, but
Esau allowed that type of stuff to go on, man.
Yeah.
yep. Now,
Those.
if that was you know, a Jake man, what's going on with R. Kelly right now? You know Cosby. If he was doing that to young women, he going under the jail. You know?
Kelly is under the jail.
Under that bug.
Yeah. They say he about to sing, though.
Yeah, he got an underground city under the jail. Yeah, it's done. He can't see. I believe I can fly no more. It's over for that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What'd he say?
That's what somebody said. Seems like you ready, nigga.
It's back at the point. Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings.
Unrighteous dealings. Unrighteous dealings. Okay, and here again, that's the slavery, unrighteous decrees, all the different laws. All right. Go ahead.
Say injuries.
Injuries.
And riches got by deceit.
And the injuries, all the killings, all the hangings, all the burnings, all the dismemberments, and you said
The jabs.
the jabs, yeah, and riches gotten by deceit. Okay, here again, stealing stuff all the time, all the inventions. Okay,
Unrighteous laws, man.
yeah.
That's riches gotten by the secret. Guess what? It's holiday season now. So what you think Esau finna do? They got these quotas now at the end of the year during the holiday season to target none but the minorities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To boost revenue.
What they were saying on the news, you gotta order early because shipments are gonna, be delayed because of what's going on. So start buying your holiday stuff now.
To back that point up, they said the shortages is going to continue until everybody gets jabbed. So they go. So until everybody gets jabbed, expect to have shortages. That right there shows you that this is all. It's a scheme. This is all planned. It's all by design. But finishing off, they say the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Translated. Can you get the definition of translated? Because translated means when it starts, it's going to be quick. Real quick. Now, it's not going to evolve. Translated.
To bear, remove, or change from one place, state, form, or appearance to another.
God, it's going to change. This system is coming to an end, as the scriptures say. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Okay, it's going to happen just like that. When the Lord said, everything is going to come to naught in 1 hour. Okay, at that point, the new kingdom is coming down and will be built. Okay.
That's just like the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One more.
When you translate it from the south to the north.
Yep.
Under new slave masters. That's all that was. Go ahead.
There's one more. It says to convey to heaven or to a non-temporal condition without death.
Everlasting salvation. Everlasting kingdom, That's what it is.
Glad you said that. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Take it.
And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's pretty plain right there. Forever and ever.
Forever? Forever?
All right. All right. Good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we hope this lesson was edifying for the body. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Again, double honors to apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Salutations to them, my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. And also salutations to the whole full elect of scattered 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
All right.